I want to share with you credit union personal lines of credit that pull Equifax this year for large approvals. Okay, so here are the top lenders that I want you to really pay attention to. The first lender that you want to think about is Service. So Service Credit Union will pull Equifax for a personal line of credit. Okay, and they'll give you a maximum line of credit of $50,000. So that's their maximum, which is actually the standard amount anyway. Okay, and Service actually will pull your Equifax twice. They'll pull your Equifax when you let's say when you apply, and they'll pull your Equifax 30 days afterwards. It's just because Service just wants to make sure that there are no let's say sudden drops in your Equifax in the last 30 days. Okay, and once you are a client of theirs, once you are a borrower, once you get approved for a line of credit or even a loan for that matter, they will check your Equifax every 3 months to see what's really happening. Okay, so that's really the standard operation at Service. So this is kind of cool. You can get a maximum line of credit of $50,000, and Service tends to be really fast when it comes to approving lines of credit. As long as you have all the documentation, the paperwork, like they will ask for three things. They'll ask you for proof of revenue, so proof of income. They'll ask you for proof of employment, and they'll ask you for your bank statements. If you are already a client of Service, then it's fine. They're gonna waive the third part, but they still want you to have want you to show proof of revenue and proof proof of revenue, but also proof of employment. Okay, so it can be a contract, it can be also your pay stubs or whatever. Okay, they just want to make sure you have a stable job. Okay, $50,000, and you can use the line of credit that you get from Service. You can use it for anything you want. You can use it for vacation, travel, medical bills, debt consolidation, auto repairs, moving cost, wedding cost, and more. Okay, and you have two options at Service. You can have a repayment window after you tap into the credit line, or you can have a pay as you go. Another credit union that offers a personal line of credit that pulls Equifax is actually a Fairwinds. So Fairwinds is pretty good if you are looking for a credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax. And Fairwinds actually will pull your Equifax once. They don't do it twice as Service. They'll do it once, okay? And you can use their line of credit for whenever you want, okay? And Fairwinds tend to approve. They tend to approve fair credit and bad credit also. In other words, if your Equifax shows a score that's below 579, that's bad credit, you can still qualify for a line of credit through Fairwinds. Okay, so you are able to get the cash that you need fast. But Fairwinds is not really fast when it comes to dispersing the funds. It could probably take anywhere from 3 days to 7 day to 1 week. Okay, so 5 working days for you to be approved for a Fairwinds line of credit. But it's still good anyway. I mean, they will give you a maximum of twenty five to $30,000. That's actually the limit for the line of credit. Okay, so $25,000 to $30,000. If you need more information, it's just better to call Fairwinds right away. So Fairwinds actually is available at 1-888-413-0652. 1-888-413-0652. And you can ask them all questions and they will answer you. They will give you more information. Okay. But the cool thing is that you can borrow up to 25 to 30 grand to consolidate your debt, to pay for unexpected expenses, to pay for everyday expenses, to pay for emergencies, or to just add it as a surplus if you are like if for any reason you need extra cash to really do something like, let's say, emergency car repairs, or or basement renovation, whatever, okay? If you're looking for a credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax, I want you to think about Credit Human. So Credit Human is actually a great institution to really count on when it comes to credit union line of credit. The only thing is they're not as generous as a Service or a Fairwinds because they give you only $5,000 maximum if you are looking for a credit union. I mean, if you're looking for a line of credit, okay? So 5,000. For some people, this could be little. It could be too little. For some people, this could be too much. So you have to calibrate your needs. If you want to go with a credit union, if you want to go with Credit Human, just make sure that you tone down, that you lower your expectations for a line of credit. Okay. On top of that, Credit Human wants you to really pay them every single month. So once you tap into the funds, they don't want you to wait until, like, let's say 5 years or 7 years or 3 years or whatever before starting to pay. No, they want you to pay back like right away. So every month they will send you a bill, and you probably have to pay 2% or 3% of the outstanding amount that you have tapped into. Okay, so this is kind of cool. But yeah, it's 500 all the way to $5,000. So something to really think about. But one thing I want to say is that Credit Human is actually very easy to qualify for as a credit union. Same thing for, by the way, same thing for a Service, okay, or same thing for Fairwinds. All those institutions I'll be talking to you into this conversation about, they are actually they are accessible in terms of membership to everybody in this country. So you don't have to live in a specific state, or you don't have to be to have a family member who is currently a credit union member, or you don't even need to work for quote unquote a sponsor organization for you to qualify for membership. Usually, you just need to donate $5 to a charity of the credit union, and then you're in. That's how you gain membership. Okay, so that's something to really keep in mind as you explore the list. The list that I'm about to give you. So if you are looking for a credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax, I want you to think this year about Blaze. So Blaze Credit Union is a fantastic choice, especially because they give a personal line of credit that can really net you $50,000. So the maximum line of credit that they have is $50,000. Can you imagine that? Can you see the delta? Can you see the gap between Credit Human and Blaze? Blaze is giving you 50 grand, whereas Credit Human is giving you a $5,000 maximum. So Blaze is the kind of institution you want to go for if you are looking for a big credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax. Okay, and Blaze actually pulls Equifax only once. So this is kind of cool. And Blaze, the thing is that Blaze, you have to really, they usually give a maximum of, they usually approve a maximum of $50,000 to be repaid over 6 years, 6 to 10 years, okay? But sometimes they might have a repayment window sort of model. So you have a phase where you are tapping into the line of credit, and you have a phase where you are repaying the line of credit, okay? So something to really remember. And what I love about Blaze is that the company is really flexible in terms of how you can use the money. You can use the money for anything and everything. So you can get money to refresh your room, update your work from home space. You can remodel your house. You can really plan vacation. You can plan emergency expenses. You can really plan a lot of things, okay? So this is kind of cool. And on top of that, there are no origination fees. You can apply online. The only thing is there is no soft pull. There's no pre-qualification process. So when you apply for a line of credit at Blaze, just be ready for them to pull your credit right away. So they'll pull Equifax, but they will do a hard pull right away. So there is no soft pull sort of involved in this process. So if you're looking for a credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax this year, I want you to think about NIHFCU. So NIHFCU has been around for a while now. I mean, they started as a healthcare focused, let's say, institution. But nowadays, anybody who wants to become a member can become a member, no problem. So you don't have to be working in the healthcare sector to qualify for membership anymore. Okay, they changed that a couple of years ago, especially around COVID. Okay, because they wanted to have more members anyway. So this is kind of cool. And with NIHFCU, by the way, NIH stands for National Institutes of Health Federal Credit Union, NIHFCU. So NIHFCU actually will give you a maximum line of credit of $25,000. So that's actually half what Blaze is giving you. Okay, but again, it's still good anyway. And you have with NIHFCU, you have a 5-year draw period with a 5-year repayment period. So they actually have a pretty clear cut sort of phase. They don't have the pay as you go process. No, there's no pay as you go. You have a draw period, and then you have a repayment period, and it's always 5 years each. Okay, 5 years each. And so that's kind of cool. And so if you have any question, you always can call 1-855-852-4748. Again, the number is 1-855-852-4748. That's how you actually are able to get things done in a certain way. You can really ask all questions. And by the way, you can also, if you don't like, for any reason, if you don't like the line of credit, you can get a loan at NIHFCU. Okay, and they'll give you a maximum loan amount of $50,000. $50,000. And so you have terms of 36, 48, and 60 months. So that's pretty good from a flexibility point of view. That's really fantastic. And so finally, you have once you are approved for a membership at this NIHFCU, you have the possibility to apply for a line of credit after 1 month. So if you're looking for a credit union personal line of credit that pulls Equifax, I want you to think this year about Logix. So Logix actually is a great institution to count on when it comes to a line of credit. They will give you a maximum line of credit of $50,000. So this is kind of cool. Okay, $50,000. And they also kind of similar to NIHFCU. They have 2 phases. They have a 5-year draw period, and they have a 5-year repayment period. So something to really think about. And $50,000. And so Logix actually doesn't offer a line of credit. They don't offer lines of credit in all states where they are present at. So please let me know in the comment section which state and city where you are at, and I'll let you know if Logix is actually offering lines of credits there, or you can just call the company directly to ask more information. Okay, and they'll let you know if they offer a line of credit in your area. So their number is 1-800-328-3328. So, 1-800-328-5328. So this is something to really think about. Okay, so now the only thing is that basically with Logix, you have a certain level of geo restriction. So you gotta live in about, let's say, 10 states to actually qualify for membership, but also qualify for their lines of credits. Okay, so you gotta be in Arizona, California, DC, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine, New Hampshire, Nevada, and Virginia. So those are the states where they are present. They're currently offering lines of credit this year. Okay, but it's just better to contact them first to see what's happening, and maybe by the time you contact them, they'll start offering lines of credit and loans in the states where you are at. So I just shared with you the top 6 credit unions credit unions, personal lines of credit that pull Equifax this year. Before I close to this conversation, let me give you a quick overview here. If you want to get a personal line of credit from a credit union that pulls Equifax, first thing you want to do is to go back to your Equifax credit score. Okay, you want to check your credit score, your Equifax credit score. I mean, if you have time, you can just check also your TransUnion and Experian credit score. But the focus should be on Equifax because that's the credit score the credit union is going to check. So you want to make sure you are having the data. They will having the data that they will be checking out also. Okay, so you want to check your credit score to see what kind of credit score you have, and whether you have bad credit, fair credit, or good credit, or even better. Okay, so if your score needs some work, if your Equifax score needs some work, you may want to seek out an alternative form of funding because not all credit unions will approve you if you have bad credit, for example. And if you're thinking about getting a line of credit, you also want to look at your financial affairs. You want to review your budget. You want to see where you are at, okay? Because a personal line of credit, when you think about it, doesn't have a set borrowing limit, at least not in the traditional sense. So as long as you are in your draw period, within your credit limits and making minimum monthly payments, you can borrow as much as you want, right? But it's helpful in that context to know about how much money you will need on a rolling basis. This can help you avoid taking on unnecessary debts. You also want to research lenders this year. So check with your bank to see if the bank offers personal lines of credit. I mean, everybody thinks that credit unions are cheaper than banks when it comes to personal lines of credit. But what if it was the other way around? You just never know. So you will never know unless you ask your bank. Or even think about getting a line of credit from an online lender. So there are a lot of online lenders that can really give you the kind of cash you want and even more if you know how to apply. Okay, so research lenders, and that's it. So long story short, I want you to let you know that you can qualify for a personal line of credit even if you have a substandard credit, even if you have a substellar credit. Okay, less than stellar credit. If you have bad credit, you can still qualify for a personal line of credit. Maybe it wouldn't be as much. Like it wouldn't be like if the credit union is offering a maximum line of credit of $50,000. If you have bad credit, you could probably be approved for 25,000 or 20,000 or 15,000. But still, it's still worth it anyway. Okay, and that's really good from a flexibility point of view, from a budgetary flexibility point of view. And this is what you have to focus on this year. So in closing, into this conversation, I'll share with you credit union, personal lines of credit that pull Equifax. I'll give you the top lenders: Service CU, Fairwinds, Credit Human, Credit Union, Blaze, NIHFCU, Logix. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.